So today I'm going to be talking about Good Luck Charlie yet again because I really love this show. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Good Luck Charlie is one of the most continuously entertaining shows that Disney has ever made. I never get bored watching it. But today I'm not going to be talking about the show in general. I'm just going to be talking about one specific character, the ever so adorable Charlie Duncan. Now, if you have no idea who Charlie Duncan is, she is, or rather was, the youngest Duncan family member. When Charlie was born, her older sister Teddy started making video diaries as sort of a way to give Charlie advice about life. Now, of course, Charlie is a child during the run of the original series, so she couldn't really watch the video diaries and understand them. They were intended for when Charlie is older and is going through some rough patches in life. Like we saw in the season 4 episode, Future Drama, where we flash forward 10 years into the future, and 14-year-old Charlie Duncan is having issues with her brother. Also, I've noticed that a lot of fans who want the show to come back have said that should be the premise of the reboot, a teenage Charlie Duncan watching the video diaries that Teddy left for her. Honestly, I'm here for it. Now let's move on and talk about Charlie Duncan's personality. Now, part of me feels kind of bad about speaking negatively about Charlie Duncan because she's a child, and speaking negatively about a child in any way is just like pure evil. However, to me, Charlie Duncan's personality was being a baby. She didn't really have many lines or standout moments, which is understandable because she's a child under the age of 5. It's very hard to get a person that young to say and do all these different things, so I get that. However, every time I see Charlie Duncan, I automatically feel inclined to compare her to Michelle Tanner from Full House. Actually, I feel inclined to compare this entire show to Full House because they're actually both pretty similar. Except Full House is like more lovey-dovey in my opinion. Anyways, both Charlie and Michelle were infants, like in a crib, when they started the show, and then we saw them grow as their shows went on. And if I'm not mistaken, although I very well could be, during season 1 of their shows, both Charlie and Michelle were 1 year old or eventually turned 1 year old. Then during season 2, they were 2 years old or eventually turned 2 years old. Then during season 3, they were 3 years old or eventually turned 3 years old, and so on. Now, as the show goes on, Charlie definitely does get more speaking lines and moments to shine. However, it's nothing compared to Michelle Tanner. Now, I do realize that Full House ended when Michelle's character was around 8 years old, so she could say and do a lot more. Meanwhile, Good Luck Charlie ended while Charlie's character was around 4 years old, so she couldn't really do as much. But the thing is, even when Michelle's character was the same age as Charlie, like if I go back and watch like a 3-year-old Michelle and compare it to like a 3-year-old Charlie Duncan, you could clearly see that Michelle's character had a lot more material. They gave her a lot more lines and moments to shine, and they even gave her a catchphrase. "You got it, dude." And like everybody knows that catchphrase. So yeah, Michelle was the heart of her show and Charlie was like more of an accessory on her show. She usually just got a funny one-liner at the end of each episode while Michelle got like her own plot lines and episodes about her. I really wish Good Luck Charlie gave Charlie more of a presence on the show, and this lack of presence is even worse when the Duncans have a new baby in the family. They get Toby in season 3, and he gets even less speaking lines than Charlie, and less moments to shine, which again I understand because they're little. He was probably 2 years old by the time the show ended, but when Michelle was 2, she still had like a lot of presence on the show. So yeah, both Charlie and Toby and Michelle, they're all adorable. But Charlie and Toby, I really wish they got more attention. Honestly, I'm pretty sure their mother stole all the attention away from them. So, just to wrap this up, Charlie Duncan was adorable and I wish she had more of a spotlight, especially when you consider the fact that the show is called Good Luck Charlie. I kinda wish she was as important to this show as Michelle was to Full House. But I think the reason they were able to get Michelle to say and do a lot more at that young of an age was due to the fact that Michelle's character was played by 2 people and Charlie's character was just played by 1 person. Also, they were working with the Olsen twins and they are wonderful talents. Not that Mia Tallarico, who plays Charlie, isn't talented. She is, and still ever so adorable. And so is the kid who played Toby. All of these kids are adorable. Now, if Good Luck Charlie ever does get a reboot, and if the reboot does have the same plotline as the Future Drama episode, then in this reboot I would love to see Charlie and Toby bring more to the table other than just being adorable. Anyways, that's it for my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and people, I got Instagram and Twitter, so feel free to check those out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.